Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today, I'm going to be refereeing as a professional YouTuber and as a player, commentator, caster for Apex Legends in the official tournaments and playoffs. I'm actually going to be taking it to the streets, okay? I got the gear, and you know what? When I say gear, I don't just mean gear. Hold up, listen to this. Watch this. I've got the real gear. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Apex Legends, but we're going to be looking at it through a lens that would help an average player, a new player, maybe even a veteran, because I'll be refereeing my mistakes. So focusing on mistakes and things I could have done better, as well as talking to you guys about the brand new skin that you're watching right now, which is the Bloodhound skin, Twitch Prime skin. This video is sponsored by EA. I want to give a big shout out to EA for sponsoring the video because they've been keeping it real. I mean, keeping it real nice, just supporting the channel, supporting a ton of content creators, the ones that I'm sure a lot of you watch. And so it's going to be fun, man. I definitely think you guys should check it out. Link in the description below. And it's Twitch Prime, which means that if you have Twitch Prime, it's literally a free skin. I log in, I link my Twitch Prime accounts, and I basically connect it to my Apex Legends account very simply through the Twitch browser extension. And then I get a free skin in the game. That's dope. And I didn't have to pay a thing. So that's pretty awesome. I think you guys will definitely enjoy this one. So check it out. I'll have, an image of it, as you guys can see, all throughout the game, just checking out what it looks like to be playing with the skin. All right, guys. So you know what? Listen, this is a really awesome opportunity for me because we don't always get to look at the things that we don't do well. But let me say this. I was watching a video earlier today, which was phenomenal to me. It was a video that talked about what do you want? Because what do you want? What do you want in your life? If you want something in your life, then the only thing that you need to do is you need to do something different than what you've been doing. And if you want to do something different than what you've been doing to get different results, which is what you want, different results, then you have to understand why you're doing them and where you are right now. The only way to understand where you are and what you're doing is to watch and listen and be present. And that's what we don't do a lot. We run through the rat race. We're not present. You know, we look at it like we're the future. I do it all the time too. But the truth is, if you guys want something different, looking at your mistakes is one of the best ways to do it in Apex Legends. It's really easy to say that was an amazing kill. That was an amazing drop. But when you're talking about really maximizing your skill as a player in game and outside of game, then you 100% sometimes need to look at the reason you're getting the foul call and the reason that you're also hitting the free throw or the big shot, right? They're both important to your development. And if you only focus on one because it's hard to take disappointment, you are intentionally or maybe unintentionally denying yourself a huge opportunity to grow. Back into the game here, let's talk a little bit about Bloodhound because this is a character that I haven't been amazing at. But everyone is playing Bloodhound right now. And you can see me using the triple take, rocking out, trying to get to this high ground on a fighter that is pushing me and using that mobility in several instances here to really change the viewpoint of the enemy who I am fighting against. And that was strong. My big issue, though, was even though that was occurring, I really was aggressive in the Wraith fight at the beginning. And that, to me, was a bit of an opportunity for where I die. I actually had a chance to really play that a little slower, wait for my teammates, ping out more, and I just didn't do that. I was obviously struggling with meds. But when you have situations where you can die or you can get meds or you can wait a little bit longer, obviously the worst choice is to try to put yourself in a situation where you can die. The upside is probably very little with only half a bit of health charging into somebody. Luckily, I escaped there because of some decent movement. But if I make those decisions against better and better players, I'll probably die more and more often. And I'll wonder, well, why is the game, not treating me right? Another mistake. This guy, who's this guy right here? This guy playing? That's not Raynday Gaming. I don't know who it is. I'm gonna shut that off because he thought that was an enemy. Okay? I was pinging to my teammates, bad boy, bad guy, bad girl. Let's get her. No, it was a robot. That was a little embarrassing. Not gonna lie. I blew the whistle on myself there. And sometimes you just gotta have fun with your mistakes too. Another lesson in life is anyone raise your hand when someone yells at you, especially someone who's close. Feel some type of way right away, like, dude, why are you yelling at me? Just get frustrated, whether it's a mom or a dad, a boyfriend, whatever it is, right? Even in Apex, if it's a close teammate or someone you play with a lot, they start telling you what to do or what you should have done. You go, really? Like, you already turn off. You're not open to the information. I don't think that's a problem, but I do want to say that in that space, before you get pissed off, look at your opportunity there. Because what they say, they're going to say. The world is going to say what they're going to say about you. You could wear no deodorant, walk around super smelly. People get out the way in the street. You wonder why people get out of the way. You You don't want to listen to what the world's saying about you, that you smelly as hell, dog, and you need a shower, you put some deodorant on. You don't have to listen to it. But if you want to listen to it, then you have some good information like, yo, man, next time wear deodorant, shower, and then go out in the public street or at the bar and see what people do. And if you do it again, people may honestly just act normal. And you go, wow, it really was just the shower and the deodorant. It had nothing to do with me. I think that's what happens when we have personal relationships. Everything feels like when someone who you care about is telling you something, you're worried about that relationship being compromised in some way. You're worried about them feeling a type of way about you and not listening to the raw information that they're giving you, which is very neutral. It could just be, listen, when you do that, it's not effective. It doesn't get you what you want or what I want. And how can we do that? Now, I take a little bit of a zipline here talking about ways I could improve. I'm not really a huge fan of the way that I zipline. It was a little aggressive. And where did I land? I landed in the middle open area. I checked out a bunker on my own. And that's one of the biggest things that I think I do. I want to be the explorer. I'm a good like entry fragger personality. But when your team is this spread out and you're in pubs and you don't have comms really well, it's just setting yourself up for disaster. So one thing that when I really focus on it, hopefully I don't have to get punished and punished and punished again. When you're isolated by yourself and you go in by yourself, usually, and I'll get to that at the end, you'll see why I mean usually, bad things happen. Unless you're just an overwhelming player. But if you're such an overwhelming player, a lot of times some of these rules don't apply. The great thing about Apex Legends and these rules, and when you do things like look at this mistakes, you talk about these videos, you share these with your friends who are trying to learn. When you do that, you actually have such a better chance to win, because if only the best player in Apex Legends won every lobby, we would never be seeing the rage that we see on Twitter, on Twitch, about no audio. You know, I got no sound behind me. What's with this weapon? Nerf it. No one would be saying that, because they'd all be winning every lobby. There'd be nothing to complain about. They'd be like, I'm bored. I just win every game. The truth is, everybody loses in this game, because it's not a game where you could easily, unless you are such a high skill level, 1v2 or even 1v3. And even then, even average players can cause a problem and down with coordination a significantly better player than them. The longer that fight goes, the less chance it has to happen. But let's get to the point at hand. When you're working together as a team, you cannot be the best team in the lobby, and you can still win by making the right decisions, which is why videos like this, in my opinion, hold, a pretty important realm for us to discuss. Now here, some big issues with me. And I want to be honest, because I don't want to actually act like I'm better than I am. I have good instincts. You saw that I get aggressive. But sometimes my aggression, great throw, by the way, the Slaughter victory. I love that one. If you don't have any of those cosmetics, they're really fun. The one thing that I do really poorly, guys, poorly. And it takes me probably a day of playing nonstop to get it even good. Looting. I mean, common foul, flagrant foul, get them out of here with the looting, because my looting is so bad. Yo mama is so bad. My looting is so bad. I would probably be better off just trying to loot somebody who's dead that I killed and just taking everything in one single box than trying to keep my mind organized, running around thinking, oh, do I need that barrel stabilizer? Oh, let me pick this up. Oh, I forgot my box is full. What should I get rid of? It's really the what should I get rid of. I'm really attached. I'm a loot goblin type perspective. And are you? Because if you're doing this in the middle of a game, what I've noticed is that typically when I do things like that, I'm fighting less. I'm getting less kills. I'm not having as much fun. And I'm focusing on the wrong things, which are easy to find. Like, it's kind of the addictive part of Battle Royale's looting. But if you can avoid looting, it's a big tip. If you can avoid looting being your main focus and loot to utilize the loot, then you are really in, I think, a flow that is going to succeed. The reason why is there's no way you can run out of any amount of loot in an actual fight. Usually the engagements I'm getting into, you run out of grenades, maybe you can run out of meds. By the end of the time, if you're in a fight that's lasting that long, they're running out too, and they're going to push you or you're going to push them. The fight's going to be over, and you can loot each other. And I think what I always think is that, like, I've got to have enough loot for every fight I take. It's like, no, the fights that you take that you win is your opportunity to loot again. And when you look at it that way, you don't need as much in your bag. You can be a little less You can carry 4 shield cells instead of 6. You can carry, 2 syringes instead of 4, or no syringes, 2 med kits, and then you could just put, some grenades and some thermites in there because you feel confident in your ability to take that next fight. And it's just about the next fight. That'll just get you. Sorry about that, man. That'll just get you. Review. All right, back to the replay there. Clearly, a flagrant on the mic stand. That's going to be a flagrant too. He's ejected, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ejecting myself as the ref. Anyways, go Lakers. NBA Finals. That was amazing. Last night as well. And you know what? When you look at mistakes, here's the cool thing. Here's what I love. The statement that I think you guys should really, really trust in, that has been a beautiful statement for me. If you're feeling caught up in looking at things that aren't going well, because a lot of things aren't going well right now in the world. If you're feeling worried that people are seeing things that, I know people are really sensitive in jobs right now just because jobs are not guaranteed. Money is scarce in a lot of areas. If you're feeling that way, just understand that being honest and being vulnerable is perfect protection, man. When you're vulnerable, you don't put that facade on, people want to help you. People do. When you say, man, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. How can I fix this, man? How can I make this right? People go, oh yeah, man. No, it's actually, it's not that big a deal. I appreciate you listen to what I had to say and you felt me, right? Being honest and being willing to be, having had that humility and having the opportunity to acknowledge that I do make mistakes like you do as well, but I'm not going to blame it on you. I'm going to own what's happening for me so I can get better, is not only going to make people want to support you, it's going to inspire them to support you. They're going to want you to succeed because you're owning that. You've seen people go through tough times. What do you want when someone goes through tough times? To see them come out on the other end. And in very little ways, that's the best thing. So there's this idea of this series that I like, being a ref, talking about these games, right? Right there, spending way too much time looting. Here's a big fight that's happening. But if I'm focusing on my mistakes, I'm actually giving myself an opportunity to succeed, sometimes more than I would be if I was just focusing on all the stuff that I did right. Because guess what? I'm doing it right. I don't need to correct that. I don't need to add that to my game. What I do need to add to the game is limit the opportunities where I do things wrong. Now, right here is a nice scan. But I notice my teammates are a little hesitant. I have the sniper, and I see someone there. I'm hitting good shots, though, with the triple take. And you know what? I have the scope on, and I honestly doing a lot of damage here, but I don't scan again. And this is me getting a little too focused. Right here, I should have jumped out. I know I was a little blood hungry, and I have a scan, but I go straight into the scope, so I don't look at it. Here's a problem. There's another teammate here, and where is he? What does he look like? Oh, there's the caustic bomb, and I haven't seen the third teammate in a while, and our teammate goes down. Now, he got a little aggressive. He pushed to the front side, which, again, was kind of hard because I'm not having comms, and we were doing really well. And going into the situation with something like a triple take when my Mastiff is on, again, with a digital threat, is not what I should be doing. 2 mistakes there. Weapon choice changes, as well as not taking time in between the scans to really acknowledge and set the tone. And also not capitalizing on any movement or pushing. If we kind of did everything wrong, where we didn't push when we had a chance to, and now we've backed up, we've lost a teammate, and we've gained nothing for it. Now, this backward scan is pretty good, and I think this fight actually works out really well against Gibraltar, as you can see. Just really good, consistent fighting there. I should have finished him off with just 1 shot, but he's got fortified, so it's going to be 15% damage less. I missed that shot, and I do go here into the loot instead of quickly hitting a shield bat, and I think that might have been the problem. I thought he might have had an Evo shield, but I didn't pay attention. And those little details can kill you because now that battery half a second later would have gotten off, but it wasn't off there. And I am now downed by the same lifeline that I had basically done 200 damage on in that fight. So it was a really bad fight because 1, we fought in a very bad choke and we separated ourselves through the choke. So we left 1 teammate to die. 2, we didn't commit. When you don't commit, you let someone else make the decision for you. When you don't commit, you let someone else make the decision for you. And letting someone else make the decision for you is still a choice. So you're going to choose either way. A lot of people think they could sit out life. They could sit out their choices. You sitting out's a choice. And people are then going to have power over what happens to the group that you are probably involved in. This is one of the big lessons, if I can leave you guys with anything. Understand you have power. You have the ability to right your wrongs and make mistakes. If you choose to dive and go after that, if you've done 200 damage and you've knocked a caustic in, you could take high ground from them, keep them in the building, push into that fight and not get pushed or separated. maybe that's the right play. That seems like something that would be great for you guys. So anyways, as you guys hopefully enjoy this one, I want to make sure you guys get a look just physically at the Bloodhound skin. If you do want to grab this bad boy, it's very free. Just link your Twitch Prime, and then you will be able to find it. Again, if you are looking at all of these goodies and saying, for free, it ain't worth it, well, I don't know what to tell you, brother. I think it is. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you found some value in looking at your mistakes and maybe a frame of reference for this week that'll work for you. And if you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And as always, never give up, never stop gaming, and I will see you all next time.